welcome back to my channel. So in my last video I spoke about an ichimoku crossover strategy. So I released that video ahead of today when I'm beginning to backtest the strategy. So what I do basically on this channel is I talk about businesses that students can do, and the ones I'm trying, and my experience while trying them, and forex trading is kind of one of them. So for my experience trading forex, before you can have a strategy, or before you can put your money into any strategy, all you have to do is just backtest the strategy, then have a little bit of confidence in the strategy before you put your money into it. Otherwise, fear and greed will take over you, and these are things you can't control. But when you have backtested a strategy and you know that, yeah, this is the highest you can get and this is what you can't get, you get used to the strategy, and then you'll be able to control your greed to the and bring it down to the minimum. So that being said, let's get into the strategy. Like I said in the last video, although the rules that I outlined in the video weren't very complete, so in this video I will give you a complete rule for this strategy. So what we'll be doing in the strategy is very simple. We are using Ichimoku Cloud as an indicator. If you are using MetaTrader, all you have to do is click on this F icon, then you go to your Ichimoku. So we'll leave everything as the same. Everything should be default. The only thing will change is kind of like strike out the other Ichimoku lines. She has the Tenkan-sen, the Kijun-sen, and the others. So since is on mobile, I can't take it off. So all I have to do is the background of my template is dark. So I just have to change the color of the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen to dark. All we'll be making use of in this strategy is the Kumo cloud. Is the cloud as the Kumo. That is the up Kumo and the down Kumo. These are the only stocks we'll be using in the Ichimoku. So as you can see on my chart here, all I have on the chart is just the Kumo. If you can see these dark lines around here, these are the other ones I struck out. I don't need them. I don't need the completed chart. So when you see price cross the cloud to the downside, we'll be looking to sell, or when it crosses to the upside, we'll be looking to buy. But price crossing doesn't just give us a good entry, so we'll be looking for a way to get a good entry, and that way is waiting for a candle. This is the 1 hour chart, GBP USD, waiting for a candle to open and close below or above the cloud without touching it. That is, if it is a continuation trade, we'll just wait for only one candle to open and close without touching it, be it the wick or the full body. Nothing about the candle should touch the Ichimoku cloud. So okay, let me repeat the rule before we start the back test again. If it is a continuation trade, you wait for one candle to open and close, like this candle here, to open and close below or above the Ichimoku cloud without touching it. Be it the wick or the body of the candle should not touch the Ichimoku cloud. Then if it crosses to the upside, you get a buy signal. If it crosses to the downside, you get a sell signal. But if it's a breakout, a reversal trade, like maybe it has been up for a while now and it crosses back down, you wait for two candles to close below the Ichimoku cloud without touching it. For example, let's say this candle, and for like this candle here, this one here, it came down, so the next candle that follows also is down without touching the cloud here, then you have a good sell signal. So there are two ways you can set your stop loss. either you wait for the price to go back into the cloud, which I don't advise you to do, or you just set a standard stop loss of 50 pips. So it all depends on the pair you are trading. For this, I'm using on GBP USD, so I'm setting a 50 pips standard stop loss. So for this back test, so every trade we take, we are going to put a 50 pips standard stop loss. While our first take profit, we're going to have two targets. So our first take profit will be 50 pips, while the second one will be 100 pips. So let's start with the back test. This is February, so we didn't get, I think it was weekends, so we're starting from 3rd February. We got a trade here on the with this candle crosses down to this is a trigger candle. Like, this is the first candle that crosses down without touching the cloud here, and this is the second candle that follows. Also didn't touch the cloud, so we enter the trade here. So our stop loss as usual is 50 pips, should be around here or inside the cloud, and then our first take profit will be 50 pips, and the second take profit will be 100 pips. So let's see what we get. So we enter the trade. Okay, let me put the line, let me put the crosshair here. We enter the trade here, around here. Let's see, we enter the trade here around 3004 3004. So it went all the way down to 2947. So as you can see, this is not up to 100 pips. Let's see if it went down a bit. It isn't up to 100 pips, so we got about 70 something or thereabouts. No, about 60 pips or thereabouts, or 50 something pips. So our first take profit of 50 pips got hit. So what you do after your first take profit hits, you bring the other trade to break even. That is, you move your stop loss back to where you enter the trade. So in this case, we'll assume that the second one didn't happen. So the first one, because the price returned back and moved out of and moved back and hit our break even or stop loss. So which means the first one we got 50 pips for the first trade for the month of February. We got 50 pips. Then we got another trade for the month of February. This was between 15 on the 5th and 6th of February. So since this is a continuation trade, because the price has been down before it went into the cloud, it was down here, then it went into the cloud around here. So we'll enter the trade with the close of the first candle that closes, and that opens and closes below the cloud, and this happens to be the candle, this bullish candle here. So enter our trade right about here. Sorry, we enter our trade right about here. Then as the first our stop loss 50 pips, which I think it didn't get hit, because we entered the trade here 2982, and the highest it moved back was 30. So it didn't go close to 50 pips to stop us out. So I think here we got from 2982, and it came down to 2922. I think we've got our first take profit. Let's see if we got the second one. Then I think we got the second one here. It came back down to 2884. Let's see. Okay, it came back down more than that to this point. This is like 2860 something or 2870 something. So we got 150 pips from here. So 150 pips plus that first 50 pips. So we are still running in profit for the month of February. So we got another trade here. This looks like it didn't touch, but we're not going to enter the trade with this kind of trade, because we are not sure whether it actually it did touch. So we enter this trade here. We enter this trade at the close of this candle, and I think we it moved all the way. I think this is not up to 100 pips. So we got, let's say it hit our first take profit of 50 pips, then it reversed back. Let's see if it went back. Then it will, okay, yeah, I think it reversed back, because when you set your first take profits of 50 pips, when you get it, you move your trade to break even. I think price came back to hit it at this region, so we'll let the trade with 50 pips, although it still went back in our favor, but it's better to get out of the trade early and not consider what your grade will do. So we got on that trade right about here. Let's see, this is where we get on that trade. This is a crossover trade, so we enter this trade around 30.00, right? Then the price moved up to 29.71. So I think we didn't hit our second trade, but we definitely got 50 pips out of this trade. So we are still running in profit. We haven't been stopped out of any trade yet, like hit our stop loss yet. So which, okay, this is our next trade. No, okay, then we got this trade. I think this didn't meet or this didn't come down. This, I think this hit our stop loss. Yeah, this trade hit our stop loss because we entered this trade here, right about here, and 30.002, and the highest it went was 29.69. So then it turns back and move to 30.42. Now it didn't hit our stop loss, so I think we got our trade here. We got a very beautiful trade here. We didn't hit our stop loss either. It didn't stop, we didn't get stop loss, then it moved down to more than 150 pips. So I think we got a very beautiful trade there of 150 pips, because the first take profit was the first take profit was 50 pips, then we got another 100 pips, so we got 150 pips there, 50 plus 100. Then price came back into the cloud. Then since it's a continuation trade, it came back here with this candle. So at the close of this candle, you enter the trade. Then sorry about that, it moved from there, let's say from these points, where is it, okay, from there about around this region 29.89, and it came back down to 28.57. So we got another 150 pips here. So let's see the next trade we got. I think this definitely hit our stop loss. We'll enter this trade about around here, then we didn't get any chance to enter again to even think twice, and it turns back at us. Then it hit our 50 pips stop loss. Since we have two trades going on now, so it's going to be definitely 100 pips loss. So let's see our next trade. Okay, I think we got on that. Okay, that was the trade we missed. So we got another trade here, a continuation trade. We got it out at the close of these candles. So we got it at the close of this candle, which is here 29.75, and it moved up to 30, let's say 30.14. So it didn't go in our favor. It went all the way to about how many pips, 29.77, 29.77, all the way to 3016 or thereabouts. Okay, so 3016, which is I don't think it went up to 50 pips. It's not up to 50 pips, so we hit our stop loss. That's one minus 100 pips also. Then we got a beautiful trade here. Where is it? Okay, this was our trigger candle. Is it? Yeah, we got this first candle. This first candle came out without touching, but the next candle kind of touched the cloud. Then we got this one came out again, and the following one did not touch the cloud. So that's a beautiful trade we got there, and it moved all the way to, let's say, from here 2920 all the way to 2866. That we got our first one there. Let's see if we get the second one. Then 27, it came all the way to 2750 something, also 2730 something. So that was a beautiful trade there, and we got 150 pips. 150 pips we got there. So okay, that was the last trade we got in the month of February. So adding everything up now, we should have something there about let's say 50 pips plus 150 pips. And okay, let's let's use the calculator. Let's see if we can do something with a calculator. This calculator is taking time. 50 pips at first plus 150 pips. Then we got 50 pips also. Then we got another 150 pips. Then another 150 pips. And then we got stopped out of two consecutive trades. That is 100 plus 100. That is 200 minus 200 pips. Then plus 150 pips the last trade, which is, that means we finished the month of February with a profit of 500 pips. 500 pips in February with this strategy. So the month of February was definitely a wonderful, a nice month for this strategy. So that being said, in the next video I'll be doing the backtest for the month of March. So if you want to check out my results, you can follow me up with this. You can follow me up by subscribing to the channel. So what I do basically is this: I try out a couple of businesses, both online and offline, that a student can do along with his studies, and I post them basically for fellow students like myself who would be interested in working businesses that work, and not just clickbaits or what they call them, where you'll be required to spam WhatsApp groups and social media groups and the rest of the stuff, and at the end of the day all you see is just screen money that never goes into your account balance. So that being said, that's all for the day. Then maybe later on I'll post a video of my March backtest, the result I do in the month of March. So I hope this strategy works in the month of March. Let's see how many pips we'll get in the month of March. So bye bye till then.